Chapter 8: The Art of Magnetic Healing. In our book, Magnetism and Its Effects on the Living System, we presented the results of hundreds of research experiments, showing how the separate energies of a common magnet affect living biological systems. We received thousands of letters for more information on our research on the separate energies of magnetism. We followed with the additional publications of The Magnetic Effects and The Rainbow in Your Hands. Rainbow scientifically supported the ancient science of laying on hands as a provable applied science with reproducible results, removing the application from superstition and unsupported theory. We believe we have advanced the art of healing and the science of magnetism by presenting reproducible evidence that the hands of men and women possess the separate healing energies of magnetism, each energy having a separate and distinct effect. This is similar in relation to the hands of living persons and those effects from the separate energies of a common magnet. No healing with magnetism can be consistently effective without the separate energy use. Much time, money, and wasted effort are spent by many researchers who do not properly use separate magnetic energy. Although there are unlimited benefits from our discoveries in magnetism, there are also evident dangers we have come to realize in the misuse of separate magnetic energies. Additionally, we recognize from our research verification a number of dangers in existing scientific and commercial applications that do not utilize the knowledge of our discoveries. Since continued research is our prime objective, we do not have the proper time and money to investigate nor mount campaigns against these recognized dangers. As scientists, we advise you of those of our findings that are not confidential in our work, and give our opinions in our publications concerning some of these civilized dangers. Our writings in this regard are intended to be constructive for the good of all people and are not intended to cause any detriment to the well-being of any individual. It is our responsibility to tell you of our concern when our work shows a possible danger to any existing system, apparatus, method, commercial or industrial use. In this book, as in our prior publications, we have continued this policy in the hope that our information and our opinions will be useful for health, healing, and happiness for all people. The facts are evident that many of our commercial and industrial applications are dangerous to our health and well-being. Some of our additional concerns focus on the lack of understanding in the basic sciences concerning the application of products, systems, and methods for public and private use. The Stanford Radioscience Laboratory is concerned about the magnetic fields created by the San Francisco BART trains, and they have good reason to suspect the effects of these fields on the human body. Our publications have the answers to this suspicion. It is clear, and we emphasize, has been scientifically verified, that magnetic energies do affect human beings, as our published research with magnetic fields on animals indicated. NASA has, at this writing, informed us officially that they do not believe in our findings in this regard, as have others so informed us. For the record, we say here and now that NASA and others in this category are incorrect, and the future will justify our findings. We hope that it is not too late to save humanity. We cannot be more frank, as we believe the failure to properly investigate separate magnetic energies on the part of certain governmental, commercial, industrial and health officials is a disaster that could lead to our downfall as a human race. In our opinion, the danger is self-evident, whether it be from BART trains in San Francisco, household appliances, electromagnetic frequencies, or energy radiations. Radiation and chemical therapy, as well as drugs and pharmaceuticals and personal health care, are under much needed attack. Yet the scientific establishment, connected with health procedures, continues to devise more dangerous instrumentations due to the lack of applying basic physics, and basic physics in this matter is the basic operation of nature's energies, whether they be magnetism, electricity, electromagnetism, or more complicated terms involving basic functions of these energies. For example, at the University of California School of Medicine in San Francisco, in England, and in other countries, research is progressing on a new diagnostic system involving nuclear magnetic resonance. The process involves the use of magnetic energy without accountability for the effects of separate magnetic energy. It will involve, if applied for public use, the placing of persons into large magnetic fields for diagnostic purposes. Without eliminating the South Pole magnetic energy from this process, our research verifications infer, if not conclusively show, a danger to any human being. As our resources grow and our prestige increases, from the products on the public market made available by our discoveries, and more scientific acceptance of our work, we will devote more effort to combating present and impending dangers of this nature. From our viewpoint, the separate energies of magnetism must be accepted, not only in the new products we have designed, but in the science of existing products and systems, for the ultimate survival of humanity. And, as with most important discoveries in science, if man applies and misuses these discoveries, he will in this respect hasten the end of our civilization. The art of magnetic healing rests now not in new discoveries alone, but conjunctively in the proper applications of these discoveries, as the future of mankind has rested with the self-will of the individual, regardless of any religious meaning or belief. Man, in his greed, ignorance of nature, or self-foolery, could destroy his civilization. Our animal research. Since the publication of our research findings with animals, we have been contacted by thousands of scientists and researchers from all parts of the world, and scientifically minded persons have visited our laboratory from many foreign countries. We regret we do not have the time nor facilities to accept all requests for consultation, although we are increasing our facilities and personnel. We believe the day is not far when our medical appliances on separate magnetic energies will be in general use and application, as they provide answers that are sought in medical research. We have been successful in infecting animals with many types of the most difficult human complaints, including implanting tumours that develop cancers. The use of applied negative magnetic energy, as presented by the north pole of a solid state rare earth constructed magnet, has acted to reduce, arrest, and in many cases afford complete recovery. Horses, dogs, cats, and monkeys all experience disease complaints similar to the human complaints of arthritis, inflamed muscle restrictions, and allied complaints. We have shown in our animal research that these similar complaints can be arrested, and there usually can be a return to a normal, healthy condition with the application of negative magnetic energy. We stress, as we have repeatedly advised, that the scientifically accepted interpretation used to identify north or south poles of a magnet is confused, misleading, and usually incorrect. The north pole of a bar or cylinder magnet is that pole which is attracted naturally to the south magnetic pole of the Earth. The south pole of the magnet is that pole attracted to the north magnetic pole of the Earth. Many manufacturers incorrectly label their magnets in this primary disregard of natural laws. And the scientific community must also share the fault for ignoring this basic principle of energy, that like attracts unlike in the energy relationship of natural laws. We have been advised that we should write scientific papers on separate magnetic energies for publication in scientific journals. We have established our priorities. We agree with many other scientists that the peer system of reviewing science articles is not effective. The reason for this conclusion are many and are well publicized. From our own experience, the time and costs involved are prohibitive, and government agencies have discouraged our seeking grants to advance our work in biomagnetics. Financial support in scientific research is seldom given to the independent scientist, in the sense of independence as our private research facilities. Colleges, universities, large corporations, and research facilities are favoured, and a few scientists in this nation seem to control the publication of science information in prestigious science publications. This is not news, as it has been explained in a like manner by a number of these prestigious science publications. We believe, as do many research men and women, that the health and welfare of our scientific community suffers from poor management and control of effective grants and research findings. Many new and promising scientists are leaving research for more productive fields of enterprise. Why waste the time and effort, as we have in the past, in writing scientific papers for armchair scientists who, quote, don't get their hands dirty, by attempting to reproduce an experiment before denying its effectiveness, who are afraid to open their mouths, although they may believe in any new science developments, for fear they could lose their position or be ridiculed by their compatriots. And we must consider the lack of understanding and misuse of basic science principles, which does not allow proper evaluation, and the disallowing of new science papers to be published. We will continue to publish our non-confidential findings in book form to obtain additional patents and to have more products on the market from our research. Eventually, if it is to be, the importance of this science will be self-evident. No armchair scientist nor government official will be in a position to hinder the public demand that would arise. For in our science are many of the answers that are sought today. The correct application of separate energies of magnetism can be used to improve the total environments, life, health, healing, and happiness. Magnetism could, in our lifetime, be used to improve water and foods, and to aid the medical profession where drugs, X-rays and cobalt treatment cannot arrest successfully. Antibiotics have been one of the greatest discoveries to aid suffering humanity, as well as our pets and farm animals. Still, the correct study and application of separate magnetic fields is a new avenue of science with far-reaching potential. The N-1 research magnets. The type of magnet used in most our research is referred to as the N-1 magnet. It is composed of ceramic materials and is called a ceramic magnet with a ceramic base. It is black and looks very much like a slate. Not being metal in composition, it is very hard and will break if dropped on a hard surface. Flat in appearance, it measures 2 inches wide by 6 inches long and is 1/2 inch thick. One side we mark with red dots to indicate the South Pole side. The North Pole side we leave unmarked or mark with the colour green. Since these magnets are specially constructed to capture and apply separate magnetic energies, they are not available in stores or from scientific companies. Imitations exist that do not perform effectively as the N-1. If interested in conducting research with the N-1, write our laboratory and we will send you information where to obtain this research item. North Pole of the N-1. Some of the findings from 40 years of well-documented research into magnetic effects on biological systems using the North Pole of the N-1 magnets are: Number 1. Against the skin of animals suffering pain, the threshold of the pain level is reduced, and unless a condition such as broken bones or physical damage is acting to continue inflaming nerves, pain will be arrested in nearly all cases to a practically non-existent level. The authors have themselves used this application successfully many times. As hundreds of researchers have informed us, they have accomplished. The application is 30 to 40 minutes twice a day, or once a day if the pain is not too severe. Pain and existing swellings show a marked decrease. When nerves in a part of the body or in the inner surface of the body become inflamed or swollen, pressure has been exerted on nerve endings, sending electrical pain impulses to the brain. These electrical signals to the brain are translated into pain impulses you feel, sense, and experience. Pain can also be caused by infection or by the problem of calcium forming in or around joints. The removal of a pain condition is to remove the cause of the pain, the pressure, the inflamed or swelling area, the infection or disease. Number 2. The North Pole of the N-1 has shown remarkable results in giving relief from and in arresting arthritis in animals. The North Pole energy acts to encourage the dissolving of hard calciums in and around joints. Number 3. The N-1 negative energy attracts body fluids, including white and red blood cells. The biological system has the ability to heal itself if it has the strength and necessary biochemistry to aid the injured part of the system and to attract needed defense fluids, such as white blood cells, to an injured part, aiding the ability to self-heal. White blood cells are the soldiers which the system's defense mechanism summons to a troubled area. White blood cells can consume invading germs, bacteria, and viruses. They simply march to the attack and start to consume the germs of similar invaders. Through the system's built-in toxin removal nature, these white cells are cleansed and returned to duty. Although casualties result and many white cells die, new replacements arrive to continue the battle. If the white cell army cannot defeat the invader, the diseased or affected part, usually decomposing, is removed surgically. Number 4. North Pole energy supplies an energy similar to negative biological voltage of the biological system. We have noted, measured, and recorded the fact that when a bone is broken, there is a sharp rise in the negative biological voltage at the point of the break or fracture. The system's defense and repair system rushes additional negative healing voltage to the area. Negative voltage, when applied to a damaged area, such as the low voltage from a small one-cell flashlight battery, with a means of controlling the battery current, will act to relieve pain and speed up the fracture repair. All our research, without exception, indicates the need for negative energy as support to all healing processes undertaken by the biological system. We believe this to be a law of nature for all biological systems, which should be accepted for the survival of our civilization. The North Pole of a magnet, as the authors have identified the North Pole, acts to provide a form of negative energy to a needed area, assisting the stimulation of the system's own negative energy necessary to combat all disorders. And the system automatically removes this increased supply of negative energy internally when the job of healing has been accomplished. Number 5. The N-1 North Pole. Negative magnetic energy acts to compress versus expand, to attract versus disperse. When you place the North Pole energy to a system, fluids, gases, air, and water will be drawn to that location. This is especially important in drawing water away from joints or other body locations. For example, in an animal's body, note where the water is you wish to move or direct from one location to another. Placing the N-1 North Pole above or below the noted location, 30 to 45 minutes, you will find the next day that the water fluid has moved to that location where the magnet was applied. The number of applications to be given to a damaged area depends on the size of the animal. Repeated sequences day to day may be necessary to draw the water fluid into a more fleshy area of the animal for circulation and organ removal. The procedure of moving water by negative energy has been used many years in mining and geological work to move water up or down, an incline, hill, or mountain. Positive electrical energy is placed in one section or terrain and negative electrical energy in another nearby area. Negative electrical rods are placed where the water is to go, and positive electrical rods where the water will be removed. Slowly, when the electrical energy is applied to the rods, the water will move downhill or uphill according to the location of the attracting negative energy. Magnetism sometimes acts in similar ways to that of direct current electricity when using the separate energy effects. In the biological system, when there is a large amount of water to be moved, two separate research magnets can be used in each application. The South Pole is placed to the water location, the North Pole where you want the water to travel. The day after the application, the water will have moved more effectively than by using one magnet. Number 6. Cancer and other ailments can be arrested by the North Pole negative energy, perhaps percentage-wise over 90%, giving allowances for hereditary and other individual factors, as our animal research has proved and many other researchers have verified. Number 7. The North Pole energy can extend the lifespan of living systems by slowing down the aging process. There is a drawing, arresting, slowing down of all the system. In our previous publications, we went into detail on the time and application in our animal research, i.e. the magnetic effect. Time of application is important, as too long an application of North Pole energy will lower physical strength. South Pole of the N-1. Some of our findings on the biological system with the positive magnetic energy are: Number 1. Encourage strength, increase life action. Thus, the South Pole of a magnet, as we have identified with the South Pole, should never be placed against a painful area, a swelling, infected or diseased area, since this would make the condition described more severe. For example, germs are a form of life, and the South Pole energies would encourage their growth and development. Number 2. More generally, the South Pole energy will strengthen muscles, limbs, joints, tendons, ligaments, increase blood flow and circulation, strengthen glands, organs, and the production of fluids. It is the positive life-giving energy. A more detailed explanation and uses of application are in our previous publications. We are continually receiving confirmations from researchers in many foreign countries, as well as the United States, that our findings about biological systems treated with the separate magnetic energies are correct. In all respect to these dedicated persons who have reproduced our research, suffering humanity needs the publication of these verifications, which cannot be accomplished without the approval of the researchers. Some way has to be found through the maze of bureaucracy, self-defeating controls, and overprotectiveness to allow the freedom of published verifications without the crucifixion of these dedicated scientists by self-imposed armchair scientists, as well as ill-meaning and misguided bureaucrats. Negative energy and positive attitude. Much confusion in not making the correct distinctions between life energies and personality attitudes, quote positive and quote negative, are words that are misused in every conceivable manner in discussions, writings, teachings, and understandings throughout human knowledge. The word quote negative is incorrectly identified with our present knowledge of its broad meanings. Number 1. Negative air ions are better for the health of living systems than are positive air ions. Number 2. Negative electrical energy is better for health applications than positive electrical energy. Number 3. North Pole negative magnetic energy acts to arrest and eliminate complaints and disease, whereas positive magnetic energy will increase these difficulties. Number 4. The North Pole negative energy has more beneficial results than positive magnetic energy in encouraging the thinking and mental processes. Number 5. Positive magnetic energy will increase physical strength, but mental processes are not correspondingly increased. In our animal research, we found the physically stronger animal became the weaker, slower reacting animals, whereas the negative magnetic treated animal became more alert, sensitive to environmental surroundings, and more intelligent in manner. Number 6. The same result occurs when using magnetically treated water on animals. The positive water animal slows its activity and reacts in a dumb or slow manner. The negative water animal has an increase in both mental and physical ability to get busy, to go on living with a more adaptable attitude. In our own personal experimentation, we would drink 1/2 on average glass of North Pole magnetic water in the morning and sometimes in the mid-afternoon, which gives added encouragement to our system in accomplishing our work schedule. This experiment, as many of our other experiments, has been personally verified by other researchers. The differences in water content due to location seem to allow no different results. The North Pole magnetic energy is the quote go-getter energy, and we call the South Pole positive energy the quote I don't care energy. Excessive use of negative magnetic energy will, over a period of time, the length of time individually dependent, make the living system physically weaker, although more mentally alert. Here again we see the importance of balancing natural energies. Although our research is definite that an excess of negative energy is more beneficial than an excess of positive energy, which is a positive attitude on these natural energies. Negative energies protect, afford health, control emotions and the atmosphere and air we breathe. They are the system's own processes of internal healing. Negative energy takes you closer to your natural being, while positive energy makes you more ego-minded, less concerned with the rights of others, peace, order, harmony, and as a result, you are unhappy. Heat is disorder, cold is order. Heat and positive energy destroy the balance of health and welfare in elements and the biological system. According to the laws of nature, when you are a negative energy thinker, you are a reasoning, thinking, sensible, understanding person. If you are a positive energy thinker, You are an unreasonable, inconsiderate, insensible person. Either we should make our distinctions clear between negative attitude, negative energy, and positive attitude, positive energy, or we should correct our writings and understandings totally with the use of negative and positive to conform with nature's laws. The magnetic mother. Although we have previously reported information on this research, we believe in repeating this information for your consideration as a real lesson in inborn intelligence. Newborn chicks, birds, kittens, puppies, and rodents have the ability to know, without instruction, the secrets of nature necessary for their survival and growth. The general scientific community is slowly becoming aware of this phenomenon, best realized in 1977 and in 1978 in studies on chimpanzees and gorillas. An experiment that we first accomplished many years ago, reproduced hundreds of times, shows the importance of this realization. Number 1. Place a horseshoe magnet in a cage. Number 2. Immediately after the baby chick hatches, place it in the cage while it is still wet from the shell. Number 3. As soon as the baby is dry, it goes to the magnet, walks inside the magnet's 2 poles, and lies down. Number 4. Within a few minutes it will get up, walk out of the energies, and remove itself to the farthest most part of the cage from the magnet. Later the same chick would return to repeat the process, and this would continue during its growth. A newborn bird, kitten, puppy, or rodent will do the same. In our research facilities, we place magnets at different locations where our animals roam without undue confinement. The magnets are placed for only positive or negative energy, N-1 magnets. Animals seem to know when they need a separate magnetic energy for their welfare. They will go to the specific energy magnets according to their system's needs. It is only recently that medical science has become aware that the human baby has its own sign language, physical movements as well as vocal, in trying to communicate. This is a field of research that is most needed in order to research, study, watch, record, and instruct this new translation of the human baby's physical body language into our own adult language. Animals are very much the same as people, as any pet owner can tell you. A cat or dog can sense energies, personalities, smoke, odour, and danger faster than most other pets. If a cat, dog, or baby chick can sense the benefits of a magnet's energies, and man finds it so difficult to believe in this aid, this could become another example of how man ignores his natural environment, so important to his health, healing, and happiness.